Hello everyone, TARDIS Guy 123 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sarah Jane Smith's debut story, The Time Warrior. And it's also the first story to feature Sontaran's, first story to feature the mention of Gallifrey, first story of Season 11. There are a lot of firsts in The Time Warrior, and I guess that makes it quite an interesting story in the eyes of fans. It's obviously Sarah Jane Smith's first story, as I previously said, and she is one of the legendary companions. She's the only one to return in the new series, and she's got her own spin-off too, in a way, if you count K9 and Company, even though it didn't get kind of like a full series, it was just one special. But anyway, let's take a look at this. So, got Commander Linx, the Sontaran right there, his ship behind him, got like waves coming out of it. That's nothing to do with the actual story, that's just there because it looks good on the cover. You've got the Doctor and Sarah Jane Smith there. Look at the old castle in the background and the foreground as well, I guess. And John Pertwee years 1970 to 74. When we look on the side here, all that long there. The Black to Entertain logo, because this is kind of like, there weren't that many with the Black to Entertain logo. Only the one in between. I think it was only for about a year or something in between the white logo and the time when it wasn't done by To Entertain. But anyway, available complete and uncut for the first time on DVD. Some pictures up here. Written by Robert Holmes, who is a legendary Doctor Who writer. And special features wise, there's a commentary and beginning, the end. That's quite a nice look at the story, I think. That's one of the better making of features. Some of them do tend to be a bit boring, but this one's quite good, I think. And opening it up and taking a look on the inside, we have that there. And now for the booklet, it's only one disc, as you just saw. Here's the front of the booklet, it's the back of your booklet with chapter points, only 4 parts. And in between, you have all that stuff, the special features again. So then, what did I think of The Time Warrior? Let's make it stand. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it stand. I did it first try earlier. There we go. Okay, so my thoughts on The Time Warrior. Obviously, kind of like going back in time for the only time in John Pertwee's run, he had no other historical or pseudo-historical, as this is, stories, which is a bit of a shame really, because this one is a really strong one. Obviously, Sarah Jane's first story, and she is wonderful in this. This is probably near her best. Yeah, it's all, most companions tend to build into it. She hit the ground running, and kind of like got watered down a bit as she went on, which is unfortunate for her character, but I guess you couldn't have her be strong all the time, unfortunately. Just the way 70s TV worked. And, you know, but I do like her character a lot in this. I prefer her with John Pertwee. I know most people tend to prefer Sarah Jane with the 4th Doctor, but I don't know, I kind of like the, I wouldn't say antagonistic nature of their relationship, because they do have fun, they are friendly to each other. Towards the start, not so much, but very much you could tell they're friends, and you could tell the Doctor likes to tease her feminist nature and whatnot, and it's all very good there. And I don't know, I just like that dynamic that they had going for the short while that they had it. And when Tom Baker comes along, he doesn't ruin it, but it's a very different dynamic, and I feel that Sarah Jane as a character gets watered down a little bit. Some stories she's much better in than others, but you know, it's just the way it went, and I personally prefer kind of like her in The Time Warrior and Invasion of Dinosaurs. For me, that is her at her best. And you know, Elizabeth Sladen, it's said on the beginning, the end, the making of on this, that Barry Letts cast her because she was the only actress to show Sarah Jane being brave and scared at the same time. and you absolutely get that in her performance. She really is good at that. I think that's probably part of the reason why she's been so memorable as a companion. So I do like that side of her. John Pertwee's Doctor, of course, is wonderful as ever. He's well into his run at this point, but he doesn't feel tired by any means. He feels like he's still going strong, despite the turmoil of the previous... Well, actually, this was recorded as part of the Series 10 block, so this would have been done like just after the Green Death, so that turmoil would still be very recent for him, because I believe Roger Delgado passed away either during the making of the Green Death or during a transmission of, I can't remember which though. Yeah, so all of that stuff would still be very recent for him, such as Katie Manning's departure. But he doesn't let any of that get in the way of his performance. He is absolutely amazing in this. And then you have Sontarans, and what a wonderful creation they are. It's sort of gone downhill recently. They've never really been at their best since since the Sontaran experiment, I guess. It's only really this story and the Sontaran experiment which I think they are at their zenith in. This one is a bit more humorous, and the Sontaran experiment one, Steyr, is a bit more menacing. But you know, this one, nevertheless, it's good because it gets the humour down without compromising the menace. I don't know why the new series can't seem to handle that idea, that you need to have comedy which takes away from the menace. No, Linx here proves that you can have comedy and menace working hand in hand at the same time, and I think that's very strong. That's part of the reason I like Linx as a Sontaran so much. And Steyr is also very good. He has some humorous quips in the Sontaran experiment, but for the most part Linx is the good funny Sontaran, he's the menacing funny Sontaran. And you know, he kind of has this relationship with the character of Iron Gron, and that works very well. I think that dynamic there has a lot going for it. And then also you've got the whole Robert Holmes double act thing with Bloodaxe and Iron Gron, and you can kind of like tell that Bloodaxe really does admire Iron Gron, and it's quite humorous because you kind of like think, why would he admire him? What reason does he have? It's kind of like those funny lines when he's just like, it's a cunning plan, Captain, and all that stuff. It's all very funny. And then you have kind of like the Duke of Wessex and whatnot, and his wife, and it's interesting how she's the strong one and he's kind of like the tired out old man. I'm not sure if it's the Duke actually, it might be the Earl of Wessex. But yeah, nevertheless it's interesting dynamic how she's the strong one and he's sort of like the weak one, that kind of like twists on the whole thing. He's kind of like weak and tired, and you know, doesn't have the stomach for battle anymore. Whereas she just kind of like wants to support him. It's not kind of like a wicked, like she's manipulating him, it's just that she's naturally stronger, but she's a good character as well. And she doesn't have that much screen time, but you know, you can kind of like tell that Sarah really is rallying behind her, and kind of like that whole feminist nature of it and whatnot. So that's all very good. And finally, for supporting characters wise, oh wait, no, not finally, sorry, we got two more actually. Let's go. You might not be able to see him back there, but Hal the Archer is one of them. He's quite a good character. You know, he has some interesting stuff, mainly towards the end of part 4. But, you know, for the most part, he's nothing overly special, but he's a fun character, nonetheless. And, you know, he sort of has an interesting dynamic with Sarah Jane Smith. And then you have Professor Rubish, or Rubbish with an E. And, you know, he's sort of one of the weak points of this story, I will say. He's a funny character, he's a good character, I like him as a character. It's just kind of like a bit of a plot hole in the sense that what is he doing here, how does he eat, etc. Because, you know, he's just kind of like given free roam for free, no one challenges him. It's all a bit odd, and I feel that maybe a little bit more tighter writing would have helped that. Yeah, it's unfortunate really, his character, but he is very amusing and very fun to watch at the same time. And yeah, he has an interesting relationship with both Sarah Jane and the Doctor. He has an interesting dynamic going on with both of them. So yeah, and also, you know, it's good to have all this medieval action going on as well. That's very nice. I feel that's one of the strengths of this story. So then, rating-wise, what do I give the Time Warrior, the Sontaran debut, Sarah J. Smith's debut, first mention of Gallifrey, etc., etc. 9.5, I think I will give this. It's a very, very strong story. You know, Robert Holmes said to have been dragged kicking and screaming into this. But, you know, he does come out with a very strong script here, and Robert Holmes really is a classic writer. He produced loads of Doctor Who's greats, such as Talons of Wing-Chai-Ang, Time Warrior here, Carnival of Monsters. It's one of the ones that people absolutely love, some people absolutely hate. You know, he has done some great stuff. Pyramids of Mars, The Ark in Space, loads and loads of classic. And this is kind of like at the height of his time in Doctor Who, just before he becomes script editor and kind of like goes on to produce the Philip Hinchcliffe, Robert Holmes era. You know, it's all very good stuff from him from here on out. So then, the Time Warrior, as I said, 9.5, fantastic story. And also, please let me know if you are able to contribute to Big Finish Week. I went through this in the Dominators review. There are still a couple more places. I got some people who are confirmed, so thank you to them. And yeah, let's just end that there. And I will see you all next time with the review of Zygon Hunt. So till then, bye everyone.